What's up, everybody? I am your host, Joseph from Fiction and Flow. I got my guy, Zack, with me.
What's up, y'all?
You may know us from Graphic Reviews. And today, we are talking about some of our favorite villain covers. All right, you know there are a lot of covers out there.
Many, man. So many variants, so many valuable variants.
Yes, and so I love looking for variants. I like kind of almost like I have a little fun hunting for them.
Hey, we gotta do a video on that and all your
We
variants.
do. So like a variant, like so the way it works is that a comic shop has to order so many regular covers to get so many variants. So the more rare the variant, the more regular covers they have to get.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I just found out like one of the most expensive variants that just came out. Amazing Spider-Man. It's issue number, I think it's 874.
Okay.
So that was a special variant issue. Now they had a special variant cover. It was one comic, $175.
What?
The reason why it was so high, the comic shop had to order 300 regular covers to get one of those covers.
Now freeze it. So basically, this is kind of like fast math. What you're essentially is, let's say I'm a comic book store. Let's say I know I can only sell 50, but if I get 300, I get this variant. Is what you're saying?
Yep.
So they're kind of.
So
yeah, it's kind of funny math though, man. Because let's say your store is small. How are you gonna get these variants? But maybe that one variant pulls in a big whale. Like some person to buy it.
And I think the way it works too is that the shop set the price.
Oh,
it's not set because like you already paid for those other copies, whether you move them or not.
Oh, for real.
So you've paid for the bulk, but that variant is going to grant you a different price. So you can price tag it the way you want it.
Makes sense.
So
if one person buys it, you might be able to make up whatever you might have lost. And if you have a whole mess of variants in the back of the shop, it might look kind of nice.
And then what usually comic shops do, they keep those. The ones they didn't sell, they have them like in the dollar bins or whatever. They sell or they do giveaways and prizes. So they find a way to use them again.
Actually, I didn't know that's how they did. I didn't know that's how they did variants. I didn't know the shop actually fronts that, which is actually crazy because the shops are essentially not dying, but they get those variants are tough. But let's show what you got, man. What number one?
So one of my first lovely variants that I have is Venom just ended. Venom's been around like for a long time. Yeah. He had his own comic book starting in the 90s. Yeah. So it's like, it was like limited series. It wasn't like consistent. Like it's a couple of limited, couple of,
got that movie dropping though.
Right, because of movie. So this is the Venom issue 200 out of the whole run. Right. And it's a special cover because it's that spider symbol from his costume, but it's made up of all the different versions of Venom on it. So check this out.
Is it anti-Venom though in the white?
No, it's just Venom. It's just straight Venom.
If you can see it right there, y'all, it's all the Venoms. It kind of reminds me of, man, what were those old school, like, illusion, I'm talking those 3D things where you look close.
I remember those images. Yeah, you have to, like, kind of cross your eyes or unfocus to know where to get it. So this is a Venom variant. And if you see Spider-Man, it's a bunch of Spider-Mans in the white. So Spider-Man is actually in the white, but then the Venom is all around him.
Smart. So I was wrong. It wasn't anti-Venom. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Very briefly, what do you think about the movies, man? Like, should Disney have taken them over? Do you think it's a money grab from who's the main guy who plays him? Tom Hardy?
Yeah.
Bane essentially.
Yeah, Tom Hardy, yeah. They
just came out with Carnage. Like, I'm just thinking, like, man, like, they're ruining this. They're ruining it.
Here's my thing. So, Marvel and Sony have been in a battle.
Yeah.
Because for a while, when Marvel was kind of going down, like in the 90s, right? Yeah. So they sold the rights to movie theaters to make movies from their characters. They were just trying to get money to kind of stay afloat. Yeah. So Sony bought the rights to Spider-Man, and they bought the rights to I think just Spider-Man. Okay. So what happened? The MCU blew up.
Of course. And
we need our flagship character is Spider-Man. Yeah. So they got into this battle. So this is why they kept making Spider-Man movies, because there was a contract, and basically they had to make a Spider-Man movie every so many years, or the contract will revert back to Marvel.
Even if it's straight trash.
Yep, it will revert back to Marvel. So they would get the ownership back. So that's why you had the first 3 with Tobey Maguire. Yeah. Then they did Andrew Garfield, so they wanted to keep that property. Yeah. And so they came up with this partnering deal for Tom Holland to kind of, the most recent Spider-Man to kind of keep it going.
To not damage the brand, man. I mean, come on. It's ridiculous.
So the movies, here's my honest opinion.
Venom. Go ahead, man.
I like the look.
Yeah.
I do. I like the look.
I like the cast. They had the chops.
Yeah, but I think the way they played it, they wanted to differentiate from the Marvel universe or the MCU. So they kind of went to this more comedy route.
I didn't like it.
Like, you're never going to please everybody. However,
comedy for Venom, though?
This version of Venom is not my favorite.
Lethal Protect.
Yes. Like, I'm rocking the Venom right now. You can see him get up. Look at that.
Look at that. See,
Venom,
come on, man. You can do comedy with that?
That's what I'm used to. Like, Venom was like kind of like a psychopath. Yeah. He hated Spider-Man. And you made this character like this little, like, almost wimpy guy.
Yeah.
And it just didn't fit the character.
I agree with you.
And even if you look at the movies, they separated where they are. Because, like, once again, most comics are in New York. They're in San Francisco.
Yeah.
Like, it's totally different areas. So it's like,
I agree with you. Hit him with the next variant, though. What you got with this one?
This one is from the Marvel Zombie series. There's a big what if with Marvel Zombies. It is great.
We're going to see it. I wish they would bring this to the MCU.
They bring the Marvel Zombies
Rated
back.
R Disney zombie movie. Get out of here.
And you can bring almost everybody back for this one. Because you could have them in zombie form and nobody would always even know.
They'll never have it. This would be the greatest zombie movie alive, dude.
So it was a 5-issue limited series. It was written by Robert Kirkland, who wrote The Walking Dead, if you're familiar with that series. Yep, he wrote the Marvel Zombie series. So this is a cover. This is a variant.
Wait, before Walking Dead?
No, Walking Dead was first. So he wrote Walking Dead.
Smart.
And so from the success, Marvel, I think, reached out like, hey, why don't you write a zombie version?
Stay in the genre.
So they're like, all right, cool, we got it.
Nice.
So there was a Marvel Zombies 1 through 5. Then they did Marvel Zombies 2.
Yeah.
This is from the series 2, and it's a variant cover of Thor and Silver Surfer. And I love it because Silver Surfer is holding his zombified head. And you can see this zombified Thor like on the Asgardian bridge, but if you can see, it's like fire, so like from hell. Or something.
I like that. Whatever happened to Silver Surfer? They actually, from my understanding, spoiler alert, they did get the power cosmic, and it negated their hunger. Like I don't remember.
Yeah, so remember. It would negate Galactus's hunger.
Okay.
Like because Galactus, like in the original Marvel Zombies run, this zombie verse kind of like this power disease broke out.
Yeah.
And everybody was going for it. They were, killing each other. And then they finally was like, okay, who's the ultimate goal? There's hardly nobody left. Let's get Galactus.
Smart.
So he's fighting them off, but then they ate him, and basically they got the cosmic power. Now they're able to travel to different worlds.
Smart.
So instead of just like leaving it stuck to this one Earth, this one, where it was like, okay, it's just zombies here. They're hopping.
Dope.
And going to different planets. Not different universes, but different planets within that universe.
The plague, y'all, the plague.
Right.
What other variant you got?
All right, this is one of my favorites. This is a X-Men cover. And it's not zombies, but...
Sensing the theme, though.
Right. It is them as, like, classic movie monsters. Dope. All right, check it out.
That's pretty cool.
You have Colossus as Frankenstein.
Yeah.
You have Storm as Dracula. You have Rogue as a mummy. And you got Wolverine as the Wolfman. How natural can that be?
This is pretty dope.
It is really good.
Can we talk about something that it may or may not be canon? You might know. Has any of them ever been bitten by Dracula?
Yes.
Go ahead.
So there was a series. It was kind of underrated in the 90s, but I loved it. It was pretty cool. Called Mutant X. Another like different dimension. Yeah. So basically, Cyclops has a brother named Havoc.
Oh no, I know that. I remember that one. Iceman, sorry, my bad. Iceman has freezing powers, but they're all stuck, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
So so something happened. I can't remember what. That Havoc like blew up something, and he went to this different universe. Yep. And it was he was like the leader of this X-Men group. Yep. And one of the characters was Storm, but her name was not Storm. It was Bloodstorm. She had gotten bitten by Dracula. No. So not only did she still have her weather powers, but she had this hunger. Obviously, she had to consume blood, but she could actually use some of Dracula's power. So, like, you know how Dracula can turn into, like, vermin? Yeah. She could turn into, like, rats and bats as well. And she can create, like, that mist and fog that kind of, like, naturally follows him. Yeah. So, it was, like, her powers tenfold with all this vampire stuff.
So, you essentially need to know that this is essentially canon. Like, what happened here makes sense. What about the Rogue one? The Rogue one I don't get.
That one, I think they just used it because, like,
she can't touch people, maybe?
Yeah, that's why. Because her powers is about, being close contact. She can steal people's powers. So they got her wrapped up as a mummy. So that's
pretty dope. Pretty dope. You got to know some of your facts. Yes. What about the last one? What you got here?
The last one. So
this one's scary.
We have The Walking Dead zombie universe. We got Marvel Zombies. Yeah. So DC was like, hey, man, you can't leave us out. Yeah. So DC did something I really love. It's called Deceased. So basically, a zombie virus kind of broke over DC.
This is recent, though, right?
Yeah, it's really recent.
What I really like about it, they didn't wait. They didn't do it back to back with the zombies with this one. They actually waited, planned it out a little bit. I know they had Blackest Night during the same time, but go ahead, go with the Deceased.
They waited a little bit later. So another like So they chose something different. So if you know a little bit about Cyborg, right, from Teen Titans and Justice League, so Cyborg has a mother box essentially in his chest.
Yeah.
The mother boxes come from this world called Apocalypse, right? It's kind of evil. They all about evil, and Darkseid is always about finding the anti-life equation.
Yeah.
So basically, that's what happened.
Oh,
so the anti-life equation was like fought and it came to fruition, and since Cyborg was the conduit in Earth, they pumped it through him.
Makes sense.
And it just he infected everybody. He didn't do it intentionally, but he that virus went out and it just got everybody. So the surviving good guys and bad guys had to team up together in order to like fight this virus.
Spoiler alert, big three are almost gone. Right?
Oh yeah, definitely. Wonder Woman gets it, Superman gets it, and all I gotta say is big spoiler alert, Superman's son has to step up because his dad's gone. He has to step up now. Great. So this is the cover. This is zombified or deceased, I should say, not zombified, deceased Harley Quinn.
I think this is the most realistic zombie, quote unquote, zombie one that could happen. I thought the Marvel zombies started to kind of fall off and not be realistic, kind of went into a campy version, but deceased for me felt sad. Felt
it did, was sad. Yeah,
felt real as I guess it could be for what could have happened if zombies did take over with the big three gone.
Right, with the big three gone. They had to like all work together, and it was crazy because they still were able to use their powers. So they were searching and trying to hunt down anybody. So they kind of all had to go underground. And it was crazy, spoiler, of the person who helped them hide out, Poison Ivy. Because she was able to cultivate an underground place to keep them away and have enough biodome. Yeah, basically it was a biodome underground. So she had enough plants to make oxygen for them, and they were just kind of hiding out. And every now and again they would kind of do runs and try to stop everything.
Now, are you going to show us more variants on your channel, Fictioning Flow?
I'm doing a whole video on all my favorite villain covers.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so make sure to check that out. And to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Peace.